True Balance Cooking, food that's fitness approved. I'm Lindsay, and today I'm going to show you how to do chicken breasts stuffed with goat cheese and sun-dried tomatoes. We're also going to throw a little fresh basil in there, garlic and shallots, and it's a delicious recipe that will probably become one of your family's favorites. Let's get over to the stovetop to start the stuffing. Okay, with a hot pan, we're going to add about a tablespoon of olive oil. We're going to do the beginning of the stuffing that's going to go inside the chicken breast. And basically right now, we're going to brown up about, this is 2 shallots, so we're going to take about half of it, add it in now, and the rest we're going to save for the sauce later. Here's 2 cloves of garlic, and 1.5 teaspoons of brown sugar. Now we're just going to brown this up for about 4 minutes until it's brown. And then we're going to take it out and put it in a bowl. And then we're going to add in our goat cheese and sun-dried tomatoes. Now the sun-dried tomatoes, I got that they were dry. They weren't packed with oil. And then what we did, just for convenience sake, is ahead of time, I added them to a bowl of boiling water. And so they're soft now and they're ready for the next step. Okay, that's it. You can see everything is nice and the sugar is melted, the oil is nice and combined and everything, and we have about a brown color there. And so I'm just going to go ahead and put this in a small bowl. We're going to go ahead and cut the basil into ribbons, and the best way to do that is just to get the leaves all stacked on top of one another here. And the best way to cut up your basil is just in ribbons, actually, so that way you don't brown it up too much. So there we have them in just a nice stack, and we're just going to lay it down, and we're just going to take our knife and run straight down all the basil leaves. Now that those are ready, these are the sun-dried tomatoes I was telling you about. So we're just going to add them into our shallot mixture. This is about 1/2 cup of goat cheese, favorite thing ever, and then our basil ribbons. And this is going to be the stuffing for our chicken. We're just going to combine it, and since the shallot mixture is still hot, it's actually going to melt the goat cheese a little bit, so it really becomes a spread and the crumbles are no longer crumbles. Let's go ahead and just do a little bit of salt in there. Fabulous. Okay, now we have our chicken breasts. I already trimmed the chicken, so it's ready to go. I'm going to try to find what would be the thickest part of the breast itself and create a horizontal slit in it to stuff the stuffing we just made there. That looks about it to me there, the thickest part. So I'm just kind of feeling with my knife, going all the way to the back as much as I can. And I'm going to open it up a little bit. Looks like a good pocket. And your pockets don't have to be perfect. You know, if the skin gets thin on one side, it's no big deal. Your stuffing will still be able to go in really easily. Now to the fun part. Let's stuff these chicken breasts. We're going to take about 2 tablespoons of the mixture for each breast. And that's it. Now they're all stuffed. Okay, great. Let's get these guys on the stove. We're going to add just a little bit more olive oil to our pan. We're going to add in the chicken. We're going to do them for about 6 minutes on each side. Now these chicken breasts together weighed 1 pound, 16 ounces. And so there are 7 grams of protein for each ounce of meat that you have. Now this meal is fitness approved because it doesn't have a lot of carbs and sugar. And contrary to what people think, They think that they're afraid of fat. They think that fat is going to make them fat, but really that's not it. It's when your body stores carbohydrates and sugar is what makes you fat, and that's a spike in your insulin levels, and that's what's bad. That is what is going to cause your body to store fat and lead to unwanted weight gain. And so when you have some, fat in your diet and in your meals, it's actually a good thing, especially when you balance it with a lean meat, vegetables, things of that nature. That is a balanced diet. The chicken's done cooking, so I've removed it and keeping it warm over there. Now we're going to make the shallot thyme sauce to go over. So we're going to start with 3/4 of a cup of organic low-sodium chicken broth. We're going to add about 2 tablespoons of balsamic vinegar. There we go. The remainder of our shallots. And a couple pinches of dried thyme. Now, since we love thyme so much, I actually like to add a couple sprigs of fresh organic thyme as well. Beautiful. And now to create a little thickness to the sauce, I have arrowroot here, and some people like to use cornstarch as a thickener, but arrowroot is not made from corn, which is better for you, so I use arrowroot, and we're going to dilute it with water. And you just whisk that together to break it down. The whisk is not going to fit in there, so a fork will do. And you do not want to add your cornstarch directly to your sauce and then add the water. You have to dilute it first, or your sauce will end up clumpy with arrowroot or cornstarch, kind of solid clumpies in it, which is really gross. I'm going to mix it all together. We're probably going to let it boil for about a minute. You can see the stuffing oozing out of the chicken, all on some cauliflower mash, sprinkled with some, drizzled with some thyme shallot sauce. This is a delicious meal that looks beautiful too. It's good for just a weeknight with you and your family, or serve it to guests. It's plentiful, it's hearty, and it'll really fill the bellies of your loved ones. This is True Balance Cooking, food that's fitness approved, and I hope that you'll try this recipe and let me know how it goes. Thanks for watching.